Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. Now, this video, what's it like to be a CC? What is it like to be a community contributor for World of Tanks Blitz? Now, I feel I have to make this video. I don't like making these videos, but I feel I have to defend myself and to defend other community contributors. Now, if you haven't checked Droodles' video out, he made a video the other day, basically the good and the bad about wargaming. Now, everyone has an opinion in the game, but there was a few things Droodles stated in that video, and he's not the first person to do this. Pantouf's done it in the past, and probably a few other YouTubers have done it as well, where they state, being a CC, you are limited to what you can say. You're limited to what you can say, or you're limited to what kind of videos you can do. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. I feel I have to defend myself because I've read Droodles' comment, and that's where it's not so much Droodles his video himself, it's the comments in his video that makes me kind of feel I have to defend myself, where people were like, yeah, you could tell Meadsy's a CC, he tries to sell this, he tries to sell that, he's a freaking salesman for wargaming. Absolute fucking bullshit. Like, I am one of the most honest people, or at least CCs, or it doesn't matter, I'm the most honest person that anyone can know. Like, I've never once made a video and tried to sell something when it's not true. Like, if there's a good tank and I think it's a really good tank, I would say to you guys, like, yeah, buy the tank, it's a good tank. But on the other hand, if Wargaming are selling a tank and it is absolutely shit, I will not ever once in my life sit there and say, guys, buy the tank, like it's a really good tank, when it's not a good tank. I will be honest about it as much as I can be and say it is a shit tank. We as CCs are allowed our opinion, whether it is good, whether it is bad. We are, like everybody else, we are allowed our opinion, whether it is good or bad. It doesn't matter. We can have that opinion. We can sit there all day and say, wargaming, what the fuck are you doing selling this tank because it is shit? We are allowed to do that. There is nothing we can't do because we are a CC. If we've got an opinion on something, we are allowed to voice that opinion. Now, being a CC, yes, we get our perks. We get we get giveaways every month. We get invited to things like Tank Fest. We get direct contact with wargaming. There's so much we get. There is so much we get. An NDA CC, we get a lot more. We get a monthly schedule to say what's coming in stores. So if there's a new tank coming Friday, we get that tank early so we can actually make the footage in time for that day. And of course, another thing about being CC is we get to test tanks. Now, Droodles also and Pantouf, sometimes they make videos like they have done on tanks that are coming into the game that are during testing. Everybody says, Pantouf, Droodles, they all say, if they was a CC, they wouldn't be able to make that video. Again, absolute bullshit. If I wanted to make a video on the T-34 shielded, for example, or the Object 907, or anything else, I can make that footage, that video, as long as I comply with the rules. The only reason I can't make that video is because I test the tank. It is nothing to do with being a CC. It is no rules that I have to follow as a CC. It is rules that I have to follow being a tester, like every other tester in the game. We all have rules to follow being that tester, and that is one of the rules. It is not a CC rule. People don't understand. Like, people think we are sell out. we've got a press account, we've got direct contact with Wargaming. We can, that's basically it. That is basically it. I can make footage early. Sometimes Wargaming gives us leaks to give leak footage to give out. There is nothing that we cannot say as a CC. There is no guidelines for us to say, right, you can or you cannot say this. No, we can say what the fuck we want to say, as long as it's, you know, Sir Fosh. If anyone remembers the Sir Fosh incident on PC, where he basically was like, fuck you, Wargaming, fuck this, fuck that, fuck you. Fair enough, okay, maybe we're not allowed to do that. But that's not Wargaming saying to us, you're not allowed to. That's just common sense. Like, Wargame, we're a CC, we represent Wargaming in a way. We are CCs for a reason. Not because we're a sellout, not because we sell shit to Wargaming, not because of this, that, because we were respected, or at least some of us are respected by the community. We have a voice in the community. Fair, and that is it. Not because they randomly handpick people, like they're not going to choose Droodles as a CC because he's got his honest opinion. Like, whoever told Droodles that is bullshit. Like, Wargaming have never actually said, no, Droodles can't be a CC because he has his own opinion. Honestly, guys, Wargaming does not care if we have an opinion, whether it's bad or good. Like, they don't care what our opinion is. Like, we're not going to get in any trouble. I've made numerous of videos, number of videos, the Turbo most recently, where I called Wargaming out. Why the fuck have you named this tank Turbo when it's not a Turbo? The T-25 Pilot, I made a video. Wargaming, why the fuck is this in crates? It's a shit tank. There's loads of videos. The Smasher, Wargaming, why the fuck haven't you nerfed this tank? Like, most recently the Turtle, people were like, yeah, Meadsy's definitely selling the Turtle. Everyone's making bad reviews on it. Droodles, Pantooth, they're making bad reviews on it. Yeah, Meadsy's sitting there saying it's a good tank. Yeah, I enjoyed the tank. Maybe I shouldn't enjoy the tank, but I enjoyed the tank. Not once did I sit there and say, guys, I think this tank is amazing. You should go buy it. Without watching the video back, I'm pretty sure I said, I enjoy the tank, but guys, it's in crates. It is not worth getting. Is that selling out? Is that a sellout? Is that a salesman to Wargaming? Because if that is, I'm a fucking pretty shit salesman. Like, what the fuck do you guys want me to do? Like, I know the majority of my supporters, like, will support me, but it's other people that are not subscribed to my channel as such, that just constantly, because of people like Droodles and Pantooth, and I love these guys, don't get me wrong, I love these guys, they're my friends, but when they constantly, not just them two, but when people constantly say CCs are this, CCs can't do that, I then get the backlash of that in their comments saying, oh yeah, Meadsy's this, I prefer you over Meadsy because you're honest. Like, I'm more honest than freaking anyone. Honestly, I am more honest than anyone out there. And what you guys also don't see is us CCs have a Discord server with Wargaming. What you guys don't see is the comments that we make in there. If there's the Smasher coming crates, we are the first to say to Wargaming, why the fuck are you selling this tank again, Wargaming? Or if there is an absolute shit tank, why the fuck are you selling this, Wargaming? It is shit. Why is this? Or if there's an OP tank, Wargaming, why is this so OP? What are you doing? You guys don't see this, but this is what we do. This is what we do. And some examples. The Emil 1951. The Emil 1951 was due for sale. I had the tank on a Wednesday on my press account. It was due to come on a Friday. On Thursday, on the Wednesday, us CCs literally said to Wargaming, you cannot sell this tank like this. If you think the Emil 1 is OP, the Emil 1951 was really OP. On the Wednesday, we said to Wargaming, guys, you cannot sell the tank like this. What did they do? They pulled the tank from store, they nerfed it, and then they sold it about a month later. That is because of us. That is because of us CCs. Another example, the racism video I did. I made a video, World of Racism. I made that video. Wargaming messaged me saying that they've watched the video and they are going to act on it. A week later, they messaged me again saying, because of your video, we have cut down, we're going to make it a lot better, and we have issued several thousand bans just going through the chat logs over the last sort of update of the last few weeks. So because of my video, I got several thousand people banned because of racist comments. Like, they listen. Yes, they don't listen all the time, but they do listen. For example, the ATGMs. The ATGMs, Wargaming, I know Droodles went on about saying, all the community said about ATGMs, they shouldn't be this, they shouldn't be that. They didn't listen. They didn't listen because when Wargaming buff and nerf tanks, they don't go by word of mouth. They don't go by because I usually say this or someone else says these are OP. They go by data. They go by data, and the data was clearly showing that the ATGMs wasn't really performing that well. So why nerf the tank if they're not performing that well? Just because they're not performing well, it doesn't mean it's not OP. Now, the ATGMs, the missiles, were OP. In the end, Wargaming got rid of these missiles because of the community was asking for that. It wasn't because the stats showed and the data showed that they were OP. In fact, they were showing opposite. They were showing that they're not actually performing that well. In the end, they got rid of ATGMs because the community asked them to. So they do listen. They do listen. But it's just, we hope they listen more. And there are a few occasions, the Smasher, the Annihilator, things like this. Yes, okay, they don't listen. But guys, being a CC doesn't mean that I haven't got my voice or I haven't got an opinion. I have all of that. I have what I want. I can say what the hell I want to say. And that is what I want to put out there. Just because I'm a CC doesn't mean I'm talking bullshit. If I say a tank's good, it means, in my opinion, it's good. Your opinion might be the tank is shit. My opinion, it's good. But one thing I will never ever do is be a salesman. I will never ever sit there and say, guys, buy this fucking tank. Like, unless I really think it's good. And unless I really think it's an OP deal. There's maybe a couple in the store. Let's have a look. Let's see what we got. The Valentine. Tier 4, 7 days premium, you get £4. It's £4, you get 7 days premium, you get the tank. For me, that is a pretty good offer. That is a really good offer. This KV5, it's a shit tank. But 5.5k gold for the tank, 30 days of premium, that is a really good offer. But one thing I will never ever sit there and say is about these containers. Look at these containers, guys. Go buy them because they're for gold. No, the tank is not worth being in containers, especially being tier 8. I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. And that's basically it. So I do have my opinion. Yes, I have my opinion. I am allowed to voice my opinion as much as I want. As long as I don't sit there saying, fuck Wargaming this, fuck Wargaming that. That is probably, I believe, the reason why Pantooth and Droodles will never get CC, because they have done that in the past. I've never done that. I've called them out on certain things that they've done, yes, but I've never once sat there and said, fuck you, Wargaming. Because at the end of the day, what they do, I don't agree with. Fine, I will tell them that I don't agree with it. But at the end of the day, they're a business. Like, businesses sometimes do things that people don't like. I might go into a shop to get my favourite chocolate bar. The company may have upped the price on it. I'm not going to sit there and say to that company, lower that price, please. Like, no, I'm not going to like it if I do tell them to lower the price of that chocolate bar. Do you think they're going to listen to me? No, they're not. So guys, being a CC is not what you think it is. It doesn't mean I haven't got a voice and I haven't got opinion. It just means I closely work with Wargaming. I get supported from Wargaming. That is mostly it. Being a CC is basically me being supported by Wargaming, whether that's with giveaways, whether that's with a press account, whether that's early release tanks, testing. That is basically what a CC is, just being supported by Wargaming and also having that direct contact with Wargaming. There's loads of people that have came to us and said, hey, take for example Joe and Yoda. They got told about a press account, that they can have a press account. They couldn't get hold of Wargaming to get this a press account. Who was there? Me. I messaged Wargaming. Wargaming, can you message these guys? Wargaming messaged them straight back and they got their press accounts. So we're like the connection between the community and Wargaming. So many people come to us saying, hey, can you ask Wargaming this? No problem. We'll ask them. We'll get an answer. We'll tell you the answer. It's just an easier way for the community to get in contact with Wargaming. So basically that is what being a CC is. So I hope that clears the air. Hope that clears it up for you guys. And all those guys that are in Droodle's comments saying, I'm a sellout, I'm a salesman. You know absolutely nothing. If there's a bad tank, I will say it's a bad tank. If it's a good tank, I will say it's a good tank. If I enjoy the tank, I will say I enjoy the tank, but it doesn't mean it's a good tank. It means I enjoy the tank. Just because I enjoy the tank, I'm not going to sit there and say, guys, you got to buy the tank because I enjoy it. No, it doesn't work like that. So that's it, guys. Enough of my today's rant. I don't do enough of these rants. I should do more. I enjoy ranting. I enjoy being angry. But, you know, I need to just maybe do it a bit more. We'll see. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm Meadsy. I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.